Welcome back to another Sprinter episode, everyone. Right, so now we've got the shell painted. We're going to get on with some panels now. We're going to get some doors done. So we're going to get the rest of the bits taken out of the doors that I've left in. So my hinges and stuff, left the hinges all on the doors. I've got like an air engraver, like you plug it into the airline and it'll engrave. So I'll engrave all what hinges are for what doors and stuff. So yeah, just obviously you want to make sure all your hinges go back with what door they come off and stuff. So yeah, I've just got the hinges, the check strap, and a couple of clips and stuff left in the doors. There's not much left in them. So yeah, that's me just using the engraver there now. Just let's see, notching the initials into what door it is. So yeah, just so it goes back. Again, you don't want to be putting them on the wrong door and you're wondering why they're not fitting or nothing's lining up. I've seen people do that before, and stuff's getting scratched. Fresh paintwork's getting damaged, and yeah, that's never fun to see. So yeah, it's always just worth taking your time, labeling everything up properly. Because yeah, building up can be one of the things that'll either make or break a job. You know, if nothing's been labeled or um, nothing's been organised and stuff, then you could spend hours doing like a 10-20 minute job. So yeah, it's always important to just make sure everything's nice and organised, and it just looks professional as well, and it is just better, just massively more efficient. You know, I can go back to that when I'm going to build it up, and everything's just there, ready to go. So yeah, that's what I like about that. So yeah, that's that door somewhere near now, so we can start getting it all scotched up, the backs and stuff. And then I'll get all the backs prepped first, and then I'll get onto the fronts of the doors. That's just the way I usually do them. So yeah, starting off spraying some tar and glue remover just around that factory. It's like it's like a sealer, but it's not. It's really weird. It stays wet and chewy. That stuff. It's for your inner door card, like the polystyrene. Yeah, it's like a polythene. Yeah, that stuff's horrible. It doesn't come off very nice. It's really messy to take it off. So I've just spraying some tar and glue, and that'll just hopefully just melt some of the adhesive on there. So yeah, just starting off with a grey Scotch Brite. Again, I want to use grey because I'm going metallic. I don't want to be using anything coarser than that. I don't want to be breaking through either. You know, there's nothing really wrong with the backs of the doors. The paint works good. There is a few dents and stuff in the backs of some of the doors, which I'm not gonna get involved in. I'm not doing dents on the insides of doors. No one ever sees them. It's only either me or someone getting in the van that's ever gonna see that. So that's not something that I can really warrant spending time doing. I have looked at certain things, and like there's a couple of doors on the insides I'm thinking I should really repair some of them, but I just can't really be bothered. I don't see the point personally. um, I'm sure someone out there will complain or say, "Oh, you've cut a corner, you've not done that." Well, yeah, I've cut a corner that I don't really need to be. I don't need to do it in the first place because, to me, a dent on the inside of a door on my van doesn't matter. If a customer's paying for that and they say, "Oh, I want that do," or they want that doing, and they're paying for it, then that's different. Crack on and do it. But yeah, I'm not getting involved in that. None of that. None of that today. So yeah, there's nothing more tedious than scotching the back of a door or any panel. Scotching the backs of panels is one of the worst jobs you can be given as an apprentice. Just not enjoyable. I've still got to do it. You still got to scotch backs of doors. It's never fun. Doesn't get any easier, but you just crack on and do it. No point in standing there moaning about it. The quicker you get it done, the quicker it's done and over with. Put the headphones on and just get on with it. That's what I say to the boys that just moan about it. There's always stuff you hate about the job. There's always going to be stuff. So yeah, the quicker you can get them bits out of the way with, the quicker you can get back onto stuff you actually don't mind doing. So yeah, I'm doing that with panel wipe, so solvent based degreaser, making sure it's removing any silicone and stuff as well. Just cleaning it with a cloth as I go. Again, just taking any contaminants off, taking any dirt off. A bit pushed for room at the minute in the workshop. We've got a lot of jobs in, so yeah, I'm a bit crammed up for room here, getting these doors prepped one night. So yeah, it's just a bit of a push to try and get a door on a trestle wherever I could, whether I had a foot of room either side or not. It didn't matter to me as long as I could start prepping. So yeah, getting all them edges keyed up nice again. That's where everything's gonna start flaking off around all them edges, especially in around there where the hinges and stuff go. We want to make sure that's keyed up well in there. You know, people are going to see that when you open the door. It's quite a visible point on a Sprinter that in them driver door jams and the passenger front cab door jam. You know, they're quite a visible point. So we want to make sure we're well keyed up in there. All my paint's going to stick, no issues. Trying some of that glue now, seeing how easy that comes off, and if it's just laughing at at my filler spreader there, it's bending that. So yeah, time to reevaluate. To be fair, I started using the other side of it. Come off mint then. Hate taking that stuff off. It's so messy. It's not a pleasant job at all. I mean, I could have left all that on and restuck to it, but what's the point? It's gonna be white underneath, and that would annoy me if I'm doing it. I'm doing it properly. So yeah, taking the time and doing it right, getting everything off so I can paint the doors properly. Everything's proper factory, you know. Yeah, you could leave all that glue on and just paint over it, and then you're sticking back to that glue. But what? It's not. That's not what I want to do. If I'm doing it, I want to do it as best as I can, as professionally as I can, to the highest standard that I can. So that's what we're about. Always maintaining that. Like there is some jobs where you can't. You know, there's always jobs you get asked to do, whether it's mates or people wanting a cheap job, and you know they don't want to pay for you to be concourse, and they're like, oh, I just want it this, I just want it like this, and you're like, it doesn't work like that. And the reason they say it doesn't work, and like it, the reason they say it doesn't work is people want a cheap job, but they expect the quality to still be of a concourse job. So when someone comes to me and says, Scott, I want a concourse job, but I don't want to pay concourse money, and I still want you to use the best materials, you know, the best quality materials for the concourse job. And it's like, well, that's not going to happen, mate. You know, one, if you want concourse, you got to pay for it. Two, there's a reason why. You know, if you want a cheap job, then there's a reason why the materials differ. You know, there's cheap paint and then there's expensive paint, and there is a massive difference in the quality. So there is absolutely no reason, well, not no reason, but there's absolutely no need for people to say, oh yeah, I want a concourse job, but you know, I want to pay for the cheap paint, I want to pay for the crap stuff that you know doesn't have a great finish to it, and I just don't get people's mentality like that. You know, I still pay for good paint. If I'm painting something for me, I still pay for the top quality stuff. You know, that's just why wouldn't I? You know, I'm using it every day, and I can see what's good and what's not good, and I've used some pretty poor quality brands of primer and paint in the time I've been doing the trade. So I'd say now what I'm quite good at knowing what's good and what's not, or what works for me and what doesn't work for me. You know, just because I say a product's bad doesn't mean it's bad. It just doesn't work for me, or I don't like it from previous experiences. You know, it doesn't mean to say it's bad. But yeah, anyway, enough about all that. Let's get the backs of these doors scotched up. Again, some people wouldn't bother scotching right in the inner cavity in there because, again, no one ever sees in there. I give it a quick clean and a quick flick round with a bit of sandpaper, just to make myself feel better. Again, I can't paint over something that's not prepped. That just doesn't sit right in my head. So yeah, get it all panel wiped down now, get it all clean, and then it's all sat ready to go. Then we'll get it turned over and we'll get onto the front of that door now, or in a minute rather. Just don't want to leave any of that panel wipe staining from where I've been scotching it, because it goes all chalky and it's a real nightmare to get it off if you leave it. It stains all the doors, and yeah, it'll just make your life hard work. Quick little WhatsApp there. So yeah, onto the front of the doors now. I'm just going to get all that paint ripped off. Pretty much same principle as what I did with the van. We're going to get that first coat of white ripped off and see what we've got underneath for rust. Because I don't think the doors will be too bad. But hey, I didn't think the van was going to be too bad, and it was. So I'm not going to speak too soon. At least the doors are a lot smaller than the van itself. You know, they're still big panels, but yeah, they're not. You can break the doors down. You know, you can just take one door at a time and just say, right, it's not. You're not going to overwhelm yourself with it, and you're just going to get stuck into what you've got in front of you, which is the best thing to do. You know, you don't want to be getting too overwhelmed, and you know, it's easy to get that way, and you know, you start getting annoyed and stuff. Then, and yeah, it's never good. So yeah, you can see how many stone chips are whirled across the bottom of that door there. I just decided to bare metal the bottom of that front door. Just didn't see the point in leaving anything on. I was like, you know what, I'll just bare metal it. I know where I stand then. So yeah, I've got a couple of dents, a couple of repairs to do on this passenger front door. So this is the passenger front door to the cab. A couple of repairs to do, but nothing major. Just some slight skims. We'll get them. We'll get them epoxied and stuff, and then we'll probably start putting the skims in. And then we can get the repairs octral prime then, and we can start blocking them down. Go from there. I'm gonna say. Yeah, you see how long it takes to rip that paint back. It does take quite a while. Just quite a tedious job this, but yeah, just headphones on. Sometimes you get really into it and you don't even think about, you know, or you just stood there with a DA just going over it and over it and over it. But some people expect sanding to happen instantly. Like they expect the sandpaper to just rip that layer off within like the minute the sander touches the panel, and it just yeah, doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But people have them expectations. You see people's faces when they're sanding something, especially if they're new to the job, and they're like looking at you, and you can tell they're questioning why that paint hasn't broken through yet, and like, why isn't this not ripping the paint off? And it doesn't happen instantly. It takes time to burn through and grind down the layers of paint. It's not something that will happen instantly. Definitely not. People seem to think it though. So yeah, I'll get all them clips out now from my mouldings. I've left all them off, and then them two rubbers in the centre of the door. Throw them in that drawer in my toolbox for now because these will be going in back in pretty quick. To be fair, I'm at that point now where it feels that I'm so far away, but I'm so close to the end. It's weird because once I get the doors painted, I said this about the shell. Once I get the shell painted, it'll fly together. It will because once the doors are getting painted, I'm building the van. Then you know I'm putting it back together. I've still got all my plastics and stuff to paint because I'm going to paint all my plastics. So I've still got them to tackle. But the beauty of plastics is there's no rust. It's just a case of whatever damage is on them to sort the damage, sand them, prime them, pad the primer, and then yeah, paint them. So yeah, the plastics aren't really stressing me out too much at this minute in time. Getting these doors done and back on the van is my main concern at this time. And then I'll look at ordering my wheels. Once I get the panels painted, I'll order the wheels. But at the moment, I can't even justify it. It's too close to Christmas time. I'm skint as it is. So yeah, that's just definitely not on the cards at the moment. So yeah, we'll assess that when we come to it. So yeah, obviously onto the sliding door now. This is the next night after me prepping that other door. So I'm gonna prep the sliding door, and I've got another door set out ready to go. So again, just round with the grey scotch, panel wipe, keying everything up, cleaning all around the sealer. Again, I want to make sure everything is nice, everything's good, clean, keyed up. I only want to rub the backs of these doors once ideally, but I'm going to end up, when I see the state of them, I've got quite a bit of primer to put on the backs of them, so I'm probably going to end up rubbing the backs of them twice, which is really soul destroying. But it is what it is. There's no point in crying about it. I've just got to do it and get on with it. But yeah, at least it'll just be a quick flick round when I have to go back round. It won't be as tedious as this. You know, it'll be a quick flick round where the primer's been. Because I'm not priming the full backs of the doors. It'll just be a quick flick round with some sandpaper. That won't be anything too concerning for me though. Um, bottom edge, that's really manky, the door. That, I don't know why they even bothered scotching that, because that was just a case of rip it back with the DA, get some clean metal, because it was really rusty. You see, I've got them panel wipe rags there. Just say keep it clean. Once that solvent-based degreaser starts evaporating, it leaves that chalky film where you've been scotching all your paintwork. Obviously, your paintwork starts coming off on your Scotch Brite, so it leaves quite a chalky residue over your doors. So you want to wipe that off as you go. And I mean, if you don't have to, if you don't want to, but it just makes your life a lot easier if you do. Definitely makes your life a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, just take it round as you go. Keep following it with you, and in my opinion, it makes life easier. But that's just my opinion. It's not facts. So yeah, get the DA set up now. Get that extractor plugged in, airline in, and yeah, let's get some paint sanded. Again, I'm going to get as much as I can ripped off or sanded back with the DA, just because that'll sand quicker than my hands can sand. So, the machine will do it quicker, but it'll break through paint, and you'll show more bare metal. But I'm not bothered anyway, because I'm priming most of them. But yeah, the bottom of that door anyway, there's that much paint that's gouged off and wants feathering out and stuff. I'm basically gonna have to bare metal that bottom section of the door. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're not far off getting the back of this door prepped, because I've just done all the edges. It's just really the DA in now and quick bit of a sand around the window aperture and things. Just looking through my box of randoms, get some five. No, not five. Yeah, I think I was on fives. I've just gone down to 180 now, just to rip some of that paint back, because yeah, that was pretty rusty down there. So don't want to be painting over rust. None of that. Not a fan of doing that. Get it as much out of it as you can if you've got access to it. You don't always have access to getting your rust out. It's not always an option. Yeah. So what are we on to now? We're gonna get some 500s out now. 500 soft pad on the DA. There we go. Just putting soft pad on. 500 on. Yeah, let's get that. Cleaner I keep that before I start DAing it, it's not going to clog my sandpaper up with any dirt or any crap. So that's another important thing. You want to, if you're going to put a fresh sanding disc on your sander and what you're sanding isn't a clean surface, your paintwork's full of crap and dirt, then it's just going to clog your disc up. So that's another reason, you want to be keeping your job clean. People just think I'm mad for keeping stuff clean. There's definitely reasons for it, but I am a clean freak as well. Definitely a clean freak, but there's definitely more positive reasons for it. It does help with the overall job, especially when you're a painter and you got to worry about cleanliness all the time. You can't be a painter and be scruffy. It just doesn't work. Doesn't work. So yeah, everything's got to be immaculate. If it isn't, it'll just bite you when that day or that time you say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need to clean that." And that's when a big load of dirt blows out from somewhere or something lands in your job, and you're like, "Oh, if I'd have just spent that 10 minutes doing that." So yeah, it is important, I think, to keep things clean, and especially when you are painting, it's important to keep things clean anyway, because it just looks respectful and more professional. But when you're painting stuff, you don't know. Every painter knows that you don't want to be dealing with dirt and stuff. You want all your stuff as clean as you can get it before you even start prepping. Some boys though, it doesn't bother them. They'll happily prep something that's dirty and manky, but you're fighting a losing battle. Yeah, you can see how much paint I'm having to take back there. That the bottom of that door's been pretty abused from the inside of the van. There's a lot of trials bike tires rubbing up against it and other things. jerry cans and stuff, boots. So yeah, that's taken a lot of traffic and a lot of abuse the bottom of that sliding door. So was the outside of the door, believe it or not. The outside of the door took some abuse when it got into a fight with a BMW. Got on the way in some car park, so the Sprinter just had to push it out the way. I ended up having to fix the BMW for free, but well, yeah, it was for free, but it still cost me 60 something pound, but it didn't cost me £600 or whatever it should have cost me because I did it all myself. But yeah, the fella was super understanding about that one, which was nice. That was the first time I'd ever hit anything, and it's the only time I've ever hit anything. So yeah, it was quite. Actually, no, it isn't the only time. I backed into a wall in the van, didn't I? I forgot about that. Telling lies there. Yeah, that was the only time I'd ever hit another motor though. Yeah, that was the only time I'd hit a motor, but yeah, the fella was dead nice about that BMW that I did hit, so that was always nice. He didn't come up effing and jeffing at me, and once I did fix his car and paint the side of it after I damaged it, he was super happy. He kept bringing down bottles of Jack Daniels and all sorts. He was a really nice fella. You know, you couldn't I couldn't have hit a better car. As bad as that sounds, it really yeah. I felt awful that morning going to work, and I just hit this fella's car after having to leave a note, and you're just like, oh, what am I going to face here when someone rocks up absolutely screaming their head off at me? Rightfully so, you know, I'd be the same. You'd be absolutely raging if someone's hit your car, and you know, I was very fortunate that I fixed it myself. It just cost me time, and I had to buy two trims for it, which you know that cost me a bit of money, and then I had to buy a small tin of the color of the paint off the scheme, whatever it was, some silver BMW thing. Don't know. It was a couple of years ago now, anyway. But yeah, never pleasant when you hit other people's motors. But yeah, when you've got to fix them as well, and you got to fix it for free, that's pretty soul destroying. But yeah, anyway, learnt the lesson there. I've not hit a motor since I did that. To be fair, it's the only time I hit a motor. Yeah, we're not far off getting this door prep. This sliding door is going to be the worst for filler repairs, I think, mainly because the bottom of the door has hit a BMW. Long story short, after all me waffling on about hitting cars, it's only a small dent. To be fair, it's quite a prominent small dent. But yeah, my van come off worse than his car, which is a bit weird. But yeah, serves me right for not paying attention though. I was just pulling out of a car parking space and just wasn't really paying attention to my one of my wing mirrors as to how tight I was pulling over, and there, next thing you know, I've gone down the side of some fella's wing and bumper. Funny times. Come on, we're not too far now getting this door prepped. It's so soul destroying watching myself rub the backs of these doors again. Because I've already lived this. I don't need to relive it watching it, but it sounds like I absolutely despise doing this. But yeah, no, it's pretty annoying watching it again because it's painful to watch me rub the backs of doors. Especially when you've rubbed them twice already. Well, not twice already, but I've rubbed them once, and I'm probably gonna rub the backs of the doors another time once I've got primer on. So not ideal, but it's got to be done. Got to get this thing painted, get it back on the road. It's got to be done soon. Has to be done. I did want it done for Christmas, but I just don't know if it's going to be looking likely. It won't be far away, but I was hoping the whole thing was going to be done, but I just don't see it happening. But yeah, I would really like it to happen. I would really like it to happen, but then just because you want something to really happen doesn't mean it's going to happen, does it? So yeah, it'll only happen if I put the work in and put the hours in, which I'm trying to do. It's just hard at the minute. There's a lot going on with Christmas and things. It's hard to get the it's hard. It's been hard to get the time to put some of these edits together again. I've had a little break from it, to be fair. it's just been nice having a bit of a breather, a bit of time away from everything. 'Cause, yeah, it was getting a bit it was getting a bit full on, but I was just trying to get everything smashed out. But you can't do everything and do it all in one day either. You know, I set myself massive goals and massive aspirations of what I need to get done in a day, and it's just not realistic sometimes. And you end up working yourself to like 9 o'clock at night, and you're just so defeated the next day. It's not easy, not an easy thing to do. You know, you just feel absolutely drained all the time. You just feel knackered. So trying to get that like energetic feeling of being upbeat and let's go, let's get on sort of thing. It's quite hard. We are getting there though. It doesn't help with how dark and hot, miserable it is this time of year. You know, if the sun was out when I'm filming this now, it's probably 7 o'clock at night. It's pitch black. You know, if that was a summer's evening, the sun would be out. It'd be beaming in. It'd be absolutely beaming in that through that big workshop door there, and it would be absolutely mint. You'd have the music on and stuff, and you wouldn't feel too bad because you'd be stood in the sun prepping doors, and that's mint. The weather would be nice and warm, but when you stood in a workshop and it's probably about 5 degrees or something when I was filming this, it was quite cold. It's not the most enjoyable thing, especially when everyone else has gone home. Get a nice warm shower, get some food and stuff, and chill out after you've grafted for your 8 hours or whatever. You're pretty spent. You're pretty done with wanting to do any more work anyway. So it just seems like I keep rubbing around this door. Yeah, that's got to be me now. I was gonna say, getting sick of rubbing that door. I say you don't even see most of the sliding door anyway because the way they open, you only see the edges. And if you're inside the van, you'll see the window panel. See, a lot of this no one will ever see, which is quite annoying. My toolbox is an absolute hellhole. So yeah, people that know I am organised, they probably look at my toolbox and think, "Oh, why is he so organised?" And that's like that. It's because me and Snap-on franchise are, I I don't really support them or rate them at all with their customer support. I've had problems with my toolbox. Been banging on to the rep about it for so long. You need it sorted out. Need it sorted out. They brought some guy over from the UK, some Snap-on UK rep, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you need to have a go at fitting the new lock yourself to your toolbox, because my toolbox had an issue where it kept locking itself with all my stuff inside it." So basically, one day I had to break into it. So I had to break off the old Snap-on lock and fit a. I haven't even fitted the brand new lock yet. But anyway, they gave me a brand new lock with two keys. I've not got round to fitting it. And I said to him, I was like, "Well, you're here. Why can't you fit it? You're the Snap-on guy. What do I pay the franchise thousands of pounds for?" And he was like, "Oh, well, I'll just do you one better." It just pulls up a video on YouTube of how to fit it. And I'm like, "Nah, mate, that's not the point. Why do I pay your company thousands of pounds or your franchise thousands of pounds for all these tools and this lifetime guarantee and this lifetime warranty lie, and you won't even fit a lock for me in my toolbox? You're telling me Snap on UK has paid for you to come over here to the Isle of Man and you won't even fit a lock in my toolbox? Like, come on now. Like, who's the idiot here? Like, clearly I am for spending money on your poor quality tools. So yeah, that's why my toolbox is just a hellhole, because I don't really see my toolbox as worth anything. What's the point in having a few £1,000 toolbox if you can't even lock your tools up in it? I might as well just throw all my tools outside the door of a night time and just say, right, see you in the morning. That's the way I look at it, though. That's just, yeah, I'm just so done with having to deal with Snap on. So yeah, I wouldn't ever buy anything Snap on in a hurry again. Me and that brand are not friends. mainly because the customer support is awful. So yeah, any snap-on warriors listening out there, if you can get it sorted out for me. But doubt it's gonna happen. I'll just keep slagging the brand off. No issues with that. Still waiting for chargers and stuff to be replaced under warranty that I've not seen for over a year. Waiting for all sorts of stuff to be replaced under warranty. Still not had it back. Just makes you wonder why would you bother spending any more money with them? I've not spent money with Snap on for well over a year now, and I refuse to for that reason. I won't buy it anymore. If anything demand if any of my Snap on stuff breaks and they won't replace it or they can't replace it and this it'll just get thrown in the bin now because it's just like having Bob the Builder toys in your toolbox. Absolute joke of a brand. Just a joke is in a bad way, a bad joke. Not even yeah. Enough about them anyway. Get a sliding door flipped over. Get onto the front of it. I wonder if I'm going to be. I don't think I'm going to be a hero tonight and crack on with the front of it. I think that'll be the next edit. We're not far off now, surely. Probably just going around checking for any shiny bits, any final shiny bits. Don't want any flaky paint. We don't need flaky paint around here. So yeah, for the sake of an extra 10 minutes of just walking around the door and making sure it's well sanded, I'd rather do that. Makes me happy, and I know that I've got everything then too. That's just better off to do that. Because I'm going to be at this van with a pressure washer quite a lot, so yeah, it will be wise to get everything keyed up proper. Well and good. Oh no, he's going for it. We're getting it flipped over. Getting onto it. Getting onto it. Right, happy days. So yeah, it's pulling these clips out, but I was gonna say I'll be cutting this one short very soon because I'm gonna have to getting the next edit fired up for the next bit of footage. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and sorry it's taken a minute to get back to doing some of these edits.